What's up, guys, and welcome back to Wake Up Entertainment. So, AfriForum has raised concerns over the presence of these two dockets in the Senzo Meyiwa trial and how they are being handled, because you know there's docket 375 and docket 636. So, AfriForum is coming in and saying that the National Prosecuting Authority should actually clarify what is going on here, because they just cannot keep quiet at all.
Well, AfriForum says the late provision of crucial documents is suspect.
I just cannot understand why it was never shared with the prosecutor and or why it was then not disclosed to the defense. And also why it was never disclosed to the investigating team that investigated the murder matter. Now, certainly, if we know all that, then the inference is proper that there is some kind of hidden agenda that hasn't come to light yet, and or an attempt to derail the trial. I understand people saying that the NPA will have to explain, but all they have to explain, as far as I'm concerned, and let me just, as part of a disclaimer, indicate I'm a prosecutor, and that's all I ever want to be, and it's a prosecutor. So if I look at this, the facts as a prosecutor. All they have to explain is the failure to disclose if they had to disclose. The failure or to explain why they haven't decided to prosecute on the other docket is not relevant at all. They've decided to prosecute on this particular docket, on this particular case docket. They decided to prosecute, they drafted an indictment. If some other prosecutor in the Johannesburg office decided that he thought other people should be prosecuted, that's his view. The only relevant document we have is the signed indictment in this court. And as far as the jurisdiction is concerned, I was in court when the jurisdictional issues were discussed, and certificates to establish jurisdiction in this particular court was handed up. So I don't think that there's any jurisdictional issues, but certainly, Griselda, if there were jurisdictional issues, that should have been sorted out at pre-trial process, during the pre-trial process. To wait and to use all these things that should have been sorted out in the pre-trial process, for it to come up now, doesn't impress me at all.
So AfriForum is coming in here and is questioning the presence of these two dockets and describing everything that is occurring is actually suspicious. And it is actually saying that these two dockets are actually an attempt to derail the trial, because people actually see docket 375 is the savior to this case, the real docket that is going to be bringing justice. But AfriForum is coming from a different angle and saying that this docket, these two dockets, they are bringing nothing but confusion. And with them being present there is no justice that is going to be served. So AfriForum, the way that we are seeing it is that they are seeing this as a hidden agenda to try and maybe cover up something or whatever. So the entire situation from AfriForum's view is actually a complete embarrassment to the justice system. So AfriForum is saying that this docket that was introduced during the trial, that is docket 375, AfriForum is questioning the timing and handling of this case and highlighting that if it contained evidence, it should have been shared with the prosecutor earlier on in the proceedings. But the thing is that docket 375 was not introduced during the trial, as AfriForum is actually suggesting this docket was actually there before the trial even began. But it's only that Advocate Baloyi picked docket 636, then that's the docket that was actually used in court. Docket 375 actually came into attention after Advocate Defo started talking about that docket. So it's now appearing as if docket 375 was introduced during the trial, but that is not it. That docket was there long before the trial. But despite all of that, is AfriForum justified to be suspicious about the presence of these two dockets? Obviously, AfriForum is a little bit justified because there are conflicting theories here with these two dockets, and the timing and actually handling of both these dockets, especially docket 375, it is sort of being sidelined, and there is no clarity to the public really on exactly what is going on, and there are serious prosecutorial missteps here. So this may appear as if it's an issue of incompetence, or maybe is it actually intentional manipulation. It's not really clear whether it's incompetence or actually open manipulation. It's really not clear. So there is one thing interesting here about AfriForum and the Meyiwa family. The Meyiwa family actually initially worked with Advocate Defo, who was representing them. And during the pre-trial, it turned out that Advocate Defo then went on to represent 4 of the 5 accused that were in the Senzo Meyiwa trial. And this is just like a conflict of interest, because Advocate Defo is representing the Meyiwa family. Is the Meyiwa family sort of neutral and they are seeking justice, while at the same time Advocate Defo then went on to represent 4 of the 5 accused. So he is going to be a little bit compromised in his approach. So unfortunately, Advocate Defo was then arrested and stuff, so he ended up failing to represent the Meyiwa family. That's when AfriForum then came in now and they started representing the Meyiwa family. But unfortunately, again, due to rift within the Meyiwa family, they ended up parting ways with AfriForum, because the challenge that is there is that AfriForum wasn't playing along with the idea that was going on with the Meyiwa family, that those who are in the house were actually responsible. AfriForum itself was actually questioning Advocate Defo initially and saying, you shouldn't be doing that. So anyway, let's look at these two dockets and how the NPA should have handled them. When you look at it closely, the NPA itself should have acknowledged the presence of the two dockets right from the start, with the clear explanation on why they have picked the first docket to be in court over the second docket. Because the challenge is that if you fail to explain some of these things, the public will then start coming up with their own explanations. And that on its own, it does nobody any good. And on the other hand, I also feel like the NPA should also have involved the Meyiwa family throughout the process by giving them a say in how the case is being handled, because an inclusive approach could have prevented a lot of these things like public frustration and a split with the AfriForum, and even more these allegations that come from the Meyiwa family that those who were inside the house were involved. Because you never know, the Meyiwa family could actually be wrong all along. So by explaining right from the start, all of these problems could have been avoided. So final thoughts from me is that the failure by the NPA to actually handle these two dockets 375 and 36 properly, it actually fueled these suspicions of interference. Had they actually been more transparent right from the beginning, they could have avoided public mistrust, and they would have actually ensured that everybody was on the same page with the court itself. But unfortunately, this is where we are, and there still is no explanation on exactly what is going on with 375. So tell me what you think in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.